Hi YouTube! Welcome back to my channel. For those who don't know me, my name is Clarice. I am a former NFL cheerleader, a Navy spouse, and I work currently in finance in downtown Seattle. Today, I want to share with you guys my Petite Keep wedding keepsake trunk. So I actually shared this trunk on Instagram first, and I promised my followers I was going to do a reveal because a lot of you like the idea of keeping a lot of your keepsakes in a trunk. So not only can you use this for like your wedding, but a lot of people get this for like their kids. It's a great way to curate and securely store some of the keepsakes that you have in your life. So I was really excited to actually purchase this trunk. I did wait till the end of the wedding planning process to do it. And I kind of wish I had bought it a little bit earlier because there was a point where we were done with the wedding and I just had a luggage full of wedding stuff, and I knew I had to use the luggage, and I was like, well, where do I store this stuff? So that kind of forced me to go ahead and get the trunk. So I came across this actually in a social media ad, and I'm really glad that I was actually targeted in it because it is something that I feel like I really needed for all the keepsakes I curated throughout the wedding planning process. So let's go through the trunk. I will be sharing with you guys some of the things that we used for our wedding. I plan to do a deeper dive or like a bigger reveal of all the stuff we used for our wedding. Hopefully it can help those of you who are doing a wedding similar to ours come up with some fun ideas, because I definitely know I struggled with coming up with some cool and unique ideas. But I did find a way, and I found a great way to store it after the wedding. So you can look forward to that, but for now, enjoy the little reveal of the fun stuff we used and the trunk we used to store it after our wedding. All right, let's do this. So full disclosure, the trunk is actually not organized. You're gonna have to forgive the mess it is. I haven't decided if I'm gonna try to store it nicely in here. Here we go. The hardware on this is a beautiful gold, and it's very sturdy. Also, I thought that the box was going to be wooden for some reason. It just looks so nice online that I assumed it was wooden. It's actually like a metal, or a, like if you listen to that, it's like a metal. Nonetheless, it still looks beautiful, and it's still exactly what I wanted. So I still love it. But yeah, that's one thing like I didn't look into before I bought it. That is the inside. You can actually customize the inside of the box. They let you pick the fabric, what you want to put for lettering. You can do a monogram, you can do the date of your wedding, whatever name of your kid if you do one for your kids. And then they have several options for the fabric. And one thing that I really like about this is they didn't just attach fabric, it's actually padded. So if you touch it, you can feel that it really is going to protect your stuff. So really, really nice. All right, let's take a deeper look into the trunk. First thing I'm going to place into the box is a folder of our just important documents. It holds our ceremony marriage certificate and some important receipts and things we did to prepare, and also our stickers that we used for the wedding with our logo. The folder is from Target. It's super cute. It actually comes in a pack of 3, and it includes a white and a black folder as well. This was our signature cocktail sign. I will go through these in another video. These were designed and created by me. I do want to point out I loved our signature cocktail from Maverick. We called it the Great Balls of Fire, just like Top Gun, and it was Fireball whiskey and horchata. So I love that idea. We just came up with it on our own. And then this was actually our drink selections for our welcome drinks. I didn't know if Eddie V's was going to have anything displayed, so I decided to list out all the alcohol or types we were serving. At our wedding, we did have a coffee and tea bar station, so I got some cute artwork to do that, and everything was in frames. I just don't have the frames up here. They're still back in San Diego. This was our church ceremony program, and then that's what our church actually looked like. So if you guys have been on Instagram, you've seen it, but I will go through all of these in another video to help you out. Our weekend events, and a map of where our events were, a watercolor map actually, and then the welcome letter. So both of these actually were included in our guest welcome box, which every guest got at our welcome drinks, and it actually came like this. So I kept one copy kept one copy separated and then one copy with how it came in the box. So it came with a little South Carolina wax seal and some green silk ribbon. And then this was the dinner menu, and it was placed on the plates before we started, and everything was designed and created by me. So these are the place cards. I ended up saving the place cards of our guests that didn't attend. And so I created these myself. I put a wax seal, same one that was on pretty much everything else, because Wyatt's from South Carolina, so we wanted to include those elements in our wedding. And yeah, I did all the calligraphy and the gold edge painting on them. And this is what they look like. And then I'm throwing in a few tags that I had created for my bridal party. These were their present tags. Next are napkins that we had ordered and custom made. So we had a watercolor rendering done of Maverick. And then of course the wedding logo. So we use these at our welcome party and for our cocktail hour. And of course, copies of our wedding invitation. I have so many left over, so I just decided to throw 2 of those into the trunk. And then this was my favorite, which I've talked about before, I think in the vlog, but these were the postcards I had created. They were displayed like in a store, and you were basically supposed to pull the card from the state you were from, and then on the back side you would fill it out, and you would drop it off into a post box that we had on site, and then pretend to mail it to us, so that this was in place of a wedding guest book. My bridesmaids dresses came from Desi Group, and they offer dress fabric samples, which I really love, because while you think you're getting one thing, it actually looks a lot different in person. So having the fabric samples was crucial. So I kept the fabric sample of the actual dress, and then also the samples from BBJ La Tavola. I'm sorry if I said that incorrectly. And I just liked that they offered to send samples of all their fabrics. So I ordered a bunch of even like some of the basic linens just so you could compare it. It made designing so much easier. So I decided to keep this so I can remember some of the linens we used for our tables. And then this gigantic pile is all of the cards from guests and from some of our vendors too. They went ahead and sent us cards after the wedding, which I thought was super, super sweet. So these, of course, perfect place to put cards is into a trunk. So I showed you guys the blank ones, but here are the actual postcards that came from our guests. So of course we're storing these in here. These were the notes Wyatt and I wrote to each other when we did our marriage prep with the church, and we were supposed to read them for our videographer and our photographer. And of course, I didn't have time to do it, but nonetheless, these love notes are going into the trunk. So I took out the stuff from our welcome boxes and I decided to store it in the trunk. So we did throw in some water bottles for our guests. Essentially, our welcome kit was like a hangover kit. And then also in every welcome box, we included liquid IVs, of course, to help kick those hangovers. And I think this one was probably the most like appreciated, but we put together these cute little baggies, and they included a shout wipe, some Advil, and then, as you can see through this, a Neutrogena makeup wipes. So that went in every welcome box. That went into our welcome box. Some C's lollipops. These
I wanted to include because C's was started in Southern California, and it used to be back in the day, I think in the like 90s, like C's was chocolates and presents you would get for people that don't live close by and that you would give to them. So I wanted to throw that in there as an ode to California. And then as an ode to South Carolina, as if we didn't already have so many South Carolina elements, I ordered Old Colony Benny wafers. So these are little tea crackers, or crackers that you eat with tea. As you can see, a lot of the elements in our welcome box were elements of California and South Carolina. Next up are my floral wraps. So as you can see, I bought two that are clearly different colors. And the reason behind this was I initially ordered the ivory one, this one, and I thought, oh my gosh, this is so yellow, it's not going to match my dress. My dress is not that ivory. And so I bought this one in a panic, thinking, oh my gosh, I probably should get a white one and, you know, pick something that matches my dress. Well, as you can tell, I brought both home, and sure enough, this one actually did match my dress. So highly recommend that when you do a floral wrap around your bouquet, to get something that matches your dress. And it doesn't hurt to have a backup plan just in case. Putting this in the trunk. Okay. Next are these custom cocktail frosted plastic cups. And we use these for our signature drinks. They're very expensive, so I only bought a limited amount of them. And thank God my planner had saved a few for me as a keepsake. But they turned out so cute in all the detail photos. But yeah, we use these for our signature cocktail drinks on our wedding day. These are extra wax seal stamps that were used, as you saw on the place cards. These were our koozies for the wedding. So we served beer in cans, and these made for really great use keeping the cans cool. I did love the custom koozies. And this was the ring box we used for photos. It's not storing our rings. I don't know what else to do with it. I bought it for like $2 off Shein. I wish I had bought one of those Mrs. boxes that are, you can customize. They're super cute, but at the same time, I mean, this thing was only like $2 or $3 from Shein. This was for the heel stoppers that I had mentioned. If you watch my wedding wardrobe attire video, which I will link here, it talks about the heel stoppers. These are really great to provide either for guests or for yourself. It helps with walking in grass to prevent you from sinking if you do wear those thin heels. The ones I ordered on Amazon came in 3 different sizes, small, medium, and large. So that was the reason for the place card or insert card in the bag, was so that you can pick the size that fits your heel instead of trying to force one that doesn't. I actually never used this, and then after the wedding I wish we had done this, but these are the garters that I had ordered for the wedding. It doesn't match our theme at all, but I knew Wyatt would love that they're Clemson garters. One's a throw garter, one's a keep garter. So they're just going in the trunk now. This is my like shoulder purse. It does come with a long gold chain that straps around. I just got it on Amazon. It is so stinking cute. I love it. I would use it again if it was appropriate, but it's kind of not, but that's okay. I just got it on Amazon anyway, so it's going in the trunk. And then this was actually our handmade or hand painted bar menu. It's on like a linen type of fabric. We use this to display on the bar, and it is something I made. And then this is just some ribbon that we used for a lot of our stuff for the weekend on a spool. It made for great photography. Last but not least, this was our ring pillow. It's all wrinkly now. I found the vendor on Etsy. I really loved that we were able to use our logo pretty much everywhere for the wedding. So including this ring pillow. And that's also going in the box. I just realized I forgot to include this in the boxing. Well, I guess it's not too late. The box is technically still open. But this is the suite key for the La Valencia Hotel, which is where I stayed. So I decided to keep a copy of the key in the box. But that concludes the boxing. I did want to share a couple of things that would have been included in our keepsake box, but were not, because I actually decided to display these in our home. And a little sneak peek here, I know the apartment tour will be coming soon, I promise. We are finally getting settled in with a lot of new stuff, so I will be filming and posting that soon. But this was on Instagram. It's our invitation suite. And you guys have seen this suite before. You guys can honestly go find it on Instagram. I did post everything there. Over here, this was a coin holder. There's a Filipino tradition with Catholic ceremonies. Also, don't mind, I totally did the monogram backwards, but oh well. And it holds the coins that we had passed to each other. I will talk about that tradition when I go over either the logistics or our wedding decoration and stuff. But yeah, I stored the coins in this like pink velvet bag, and then I stored it in this case. Everything was from Etsy. I forgot to mention little Wappy here, or little Maverick. This is a clay figurine we had made of Maverick. The vendor is also on Etsy, and this also did not make it into the box because obviously we loved it so much we decided to put it on display underneath our TV, kind of. So that's what happened to little Wappy. She's not in the box. She also has cake still in her face. I gotta clean that up. Well, that concludes today's Petite Keep boxing, and I hope you guys enjoyed looking at some of the things that I used for my wedding, and you know, officially putting them away and closing that chapter. If you are interested in anything at all, everything is linked on Instagram, so make sure to head there, and don't forget to hit that like and subscribe button. It's really been a pleasure, guys. I'll catch you in the next video.